Hello, everyone. Welcome. Excuse me. I should have made the poll. Do you call ice pops or freeze pops? Because I always say ice pops because they're literally ice. And Bash always says they're freeze pops. So I'm just curious. That's what I should have had the poll as, but in honor of Memorial Day, I'm curious to see who in my audience is a veteran or not. But next time maybe I'll have the poll about ice pops versus freeze pops, because I think it depends on where you are in the country. Kind of like we say soda in the Northeast, whereas they say pop in the Midwest. Just different things. So I actually need to get to my live on my phone so I can see chat. So welcome everyone for being here. Okay, this is where I left off. So True Crime Dime, hello. Lisa, hello. Team Brittany. What am I watching? What do you mean? What am I watching? So I went all the way back, like to Betty's first videos on YouTube. And they are very interesting. Most of them are not about cases. So I have, I think I have 8 videos. They're very short. Like they're not like her 2 to 3 hour, 10-hour streams. They're very short. So I have 8 short videos. And then I got to one about critical race theory. So if I know some things about critical race theory, but if I have anybody in my chat, any of my subs, or anyone who's not a sub who happens to be here, if you know anything specific about critical race theory, please email me, because I have something that a video I want to make, but I want to make sure that I understand critical race theory in the way that it's supposed to be understood, if that makes sense. Sinner, hello, welcome, cool gamer. Oh, thank you. I am pretty awesome. So popsicles are different. Popsicles are on a stick, right? Because you have popsicle sticks. So a popsicle is where you have the stick. An ice pop is, you buy them like they're liquid when you buy them. They're awful. They're probably the worst thing that you can eat next to soda. But I call them ice pops. So it's, they're in the plastic. You put them in the freezer and they become ice. It's like ice with food coloring. So kind of like a slush puppy, but frozen. So I call it an ice pop because it's made out of ice. But Bash is like, they're called freeze pops. And I was like, I don't know. They're made out of ice. That's why I call them ice pops. So popsicles have a stick though. Yes, Anna, I know. Give me a second, please. Yes. Oh, that's true too, Bash. Popsicles are frozen when you buy them, but they also have a stick. So yes. All right. So before further ado, I have a special guest that's, as you can probably tell in chat, Anna's going to join me today. So let me add her to the stream. For those of you who do not, sorry about that. For those of you who do not know who Anna is, she is my niece. And thank you. A few of you did come to her Kahoot earlier, which was fun. It is hard to do when you're looking at your computer and using your phone to play. But it was fun. I feel like we need to do a Blook It night maybe, because Blook It I think would be easier. So hello, Anna.
Hello. Yes, I would love to do a Blook It night.
Yes. All right. So that's where I left off. Oh, okay, Elaine, that's interesting. So you call them ice pops. You call the liquid things freeze pops. Interesting. Yes. Okay, Team Brittany, I will agree with that. They are sugar. Food dye and sugar. And water. Or maybe not any water. They just freeze. Diabetes on a stick. Hey, blank screen, how's it going? Freeze. Okay, so maybe I don't know. Anna, what would you call them? Like, you get the ones that are liquid, I say ice pops, but they're like in the plastic and you put them in the freezer. What would you call them?
Ice pops.
Okay,
Isn't that what they say on the packages? Right.
I don't know. I will have to look because I actually just put another one in the freezer today because I love them, especially since it's been so hot here in New York. It hit 90 yesterday. I think today was a little cooler, but I finally gave in and put the AC on today. So, yes. And I did figure out how to do the polls. And your safe freezer pops. I'm gonna have to look. Maybe it's just Otter Pops. I have heard that. The package says ingredients: sugar, water. There you go. Exactly. So they're frozen sugar pops. There we go. What was I gonna say? Oh, so Anna, Team Brittany asks, are you also being stalked by blank screen?
What?
And I think you may have missed it, Anna. Do you remember were you on the live where Betty was complaining about a stalker?
Yes.
Yes. So blank screen, I'm thinking blank screen is still in my chat. Blank screen is in chat. So Team Brittany wanted to know, are you also being stalked by blank screen?
So am I being compared to Betty? Because then no.
I wouldn't say you're being compared to her. I think it's more of could a blank screen stalk you?
I really hope not.
Okay, that's Anna, not yet. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah, she does look like a kitty, doesn't she? Yeah. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that earlier when you were live. I thought it was something else, but I was also on my phone.
I think the likelihood of me being stalked by blank screen is the same as the bread I bought yesterday tracking me from the government.
Yes. Yes, we are all blank screen. I have a few blank screen aliases myself. All right, so we're going to get started because I'm hoping this isn't 2 hours. That's what my goal. For those of you who did not see my short video on Memorial Day, I would recommend watching it. I actually learned a lot today by doing research and reading about things, and there's so many pictures out there and just very interesting to say the least. And, if you like Shakespeare, I do have a poem by Shakespeare from Henry V that you may enjoy at the end of that video. So let me add Betty to the screen. So again, I will let you know what the dates are on these, because again, these are going way back, like way back. Okay, so this first video, and I did put them in chronological order. I was going to put them in a different order based on what she was talking about, but I said, I'm going to just keep this chronological because, that way it's just in order. So this first video is from May 13th, 2021. So just over 2 years ago, this was. And the beginning videos, most of them are, well, actually, I lied. Half of them are from her meetings that she goes to. Half of them are from her office number 1. And those are a little bit more current than these. So we're just going to, only watched like seconds of each of these videos because I heard a few things and I started laughing. So I'm like, I'm just going to leave it so I can react as she's talking. So again, thank you so much for those of us. Blank screen, I have 3 of them actually. But yeah, I think I only told you 1, but I'll send you them later. Yes, so the one that we're going to watch, Holy Toledo, she is out of control, but we'll get there. So this first one I don't think is very long. So let me go to my other screen here. Actually, let me make sure. Yes, volume is on. There we go. And this is also during the height of C19. So her shirt says, "My body, my choice." For those of you who may not be able to see the bottom, but that is what it says. And these are school board meetings, not, okay, so some of them were the commissioner meetings, but some of them are school board meetings.
My name is Andrew Griffin, Manatee County. I'm just in awe with you, Mary. Did you just literally tell him to, start throwing us out if we don't put our mask on? You're a Republican, and I voted for you? Abysmal failure. Steve Vernon, abysmal failure. Okay, my name is Andrew Griffin. I'm a lobbyist and activist in Manatee County. The last time I was here was not a misunderstanding, Mr. Kennedy. It was not. Reverend Golden disrupted the meeting, not me. He was being insulting. After that gentleman had told him several times he had no association with that law firm, you didn't control your dais. Okay? I will always stand up and speak up when I think it's right. And you threw me out without warning and had me escorted by an officer.
Oh, so she was escorted out of a previous meeting by an officer. I kind of wish that one was on here. This was the first ever video she ever put on YouTube. And at this point, I believe she was multi-streaming to YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
And I just want to say thank you, Team Brittany.
Oh, Team Brittany, thank you so much. Thank you, Anna, because now you being in the stream, you're going to be able to see things too that I don't because I'm on the other screen. Right. So, but thank you so much, Team Brittany. It is much appreciated. And speaking of the kitties, I took their crate down because they have escaped the crate. So they have full run of the kitten room. So it's gonna be fun. I'm hoping to get pictures tonight, but they're very wild.
And maybe
go ahead, Anna.
And maybe like getting kicked out of a school boarding room, maybe that could possibly tell her something. But nope. Let's just go to another one.
Yes. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, someone in the chat had mentioned someone has the video of her getting escorted out. And so before this, she was solely doing videos on Facebook. So I don't know if they're readily available. I'm sure someone has them. But YouTube, this is her first video she ever posted, which again was on May 13th, did I say? Yes, May 13th, 2021. So just over 2 years ago.
Don't mince my words. It was not a misunderstanding. Now, I don't understand what is going on with you. We are the taxpayers. We own this building. We pay all of your salaries. Why are you not listening to the people, listening to your taxpayers, listening to the governor, listening to the Florida Department of Education, and you're relying on...
Oh, wait. Okay, so now I was just thinking, if these school board meetings were live streamed, if I'm guessing that Manatee schools have earlier ones on the internet as well. I just thought of that. Hey, Stella Bella, welcome. Notre Dame, hello. And so Notre Dame, I've gone to her TikTok and I didn't go very far back. I think I got to, because I'm really looking at the Idaho 4, I got to November, which isn't very far. So I will have to check out TikTok as well. Yeah. Yeah, she did have TikTok.
On a law firm to give you legal advice this is what they're telling you, you have to remember our state of emergency is going away on July 1st. That state of emergency allowed you to violate our Americans with Disabilities Act. It allowed you to violate our right of religion. It allowed you to do those things unconstitutionally because of that order. That's going away on July 1st. So you guys are going to have to figure out how to handle these constitutional arguments, because people have a right not to wear that mask for medical reasons. Doctors have told me they've advised their patients not to wear masks. It's building up carbon dioxide in people's bodies, whether you...
I'm not a medical professional, but I don't believe that's true. I mean, would we breathe in a little more carbon dioxide? Probably, but I don't see us getting carbon dioxide poisoning. I'm not sure. I'm not a medical person. So if I am wrong, please correct me, but it just doesn't seem logical that you would get a buildup of carbon dioxide wearing something over your face.
And yes, it's totally true. Doctors hate that we wear masks. They want us to totally stop wearing them.
Well, and I'm glad we don't have to anymore. But again, and she said she's a hermit, right? So recently she said she's a hermit. She can't leave her house because for 2 years she's been being harassed and followed. So what does it matter to her? If she stays in her house, you don't need to wear that in the house. And just for an FYI, Anna, make sure you say C19. For some reason, YouTube doesn't like the whole thing. So that's why I say C19. Yeah, I agree. She has more problems than carbon dioxide. Oh, so it's not the county, Bash. It is the school board. So manateeschools.net is what they have up on the screen. However, I'm wondering if the school has a YouTube page as well, or if all of their things are live streamed. Because I know during C19, school boards, a lot of them went virtual. So they have a lot of them live recorded. So that's just one thing that I wrote down to check later.
You guys want to acknowledge it or not. Kids are going to the dentist with cavities out the yin yang. So they're breaking out around their face. They're rotting their teeth.
Wait. Again, I'm not a dentist or a dental hygienist, or I don't know much about my teeth except, you should brush them and floss them and, take care of them. How would, and again, this isn't political or anything. This is just, how can wearing something over your mouth cause cavities? Well, and rot your teeth. As according to her, they're rotting their teeth. I mean, yes, I agree with her. It did make me break out really bad, especially during the summer when it got hotter in New York. You break out because you're sweating and like you're constantly, like just the irritation. Like I can understand the breaking out because that's happened. However, getting cavities and having our teeth rot, that doesn't make any sense.
and somehow it's not doing any more damage than that in their bodies that we can't see? Not one little bit. And you guys are okay with that. Never mind that Richard Corcoran sent you this letter telling you these masks aren't working, telling you it's impeding instruction. Your only requirement for these kids are instruction. You are not their parent.
Wow.
You did not give birth to these kids. That's their right to choose, not yours.
So why are you getting all worked up? Like, their parents should be the ones yelling and hollering and carrying on like a banshee. But you're getting all worked up.
Now, I have just about had enough of people overreaching and stepping on people. This is America. Don't you think these people have the right to choose to mask their kids or not? Do you think they're that ill-equipped to take care of their own freaking kids? I'm done.
Bye.
Nicole Lynch.
Okay. All right. So that was fun. So now the second one, this is during her county commissioners. And this one is dated, give me one moment. This is June 9th, 2021. So again, just about 2 years ago. And this is the name of the the video is Andrea Griffin, community activist, fighting for our parking space to be reopened on Holmes Beach.
Time, don't you worry. Okay. State your name and you'll have 3 minutes. Please.
Andrea Griffin, Manatee County for the record. So I'm kind of disappointed here. We have a mayor.
And one thing I want you to notice, those of you joining, which thank you again for those of us, or for those of you that have joined us, and for those of you who do not know, Anna is my niece and she asked to join me today. So I said, sure. Notice the difference in how in the last 2 years, specifically the last year, because we are going to get a video that's about a year ago, how much she has changed. It is extraordinary, in my opinion. She has changed significantly over these 2 years. And go ahead, Anna. I heard you on mute.
And don't worry, change in all bad ways.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to say that, but thank you for adding that. Yeah, well, and I feel like she was still bleaching her hair, or at least coloring her hair. However, not to the point where, I mean, her hair was, in one video I watched that we're going to watch together, her hair, like, I couldn't believe the difference. It was crazy how different it is. Oh, and Anna Chaos agrees with you. Yes, Anna is going to say what I don't say.
That is stealing our tax money. That's what, I mean, this is what it amounts to. She's stealing money from us. She has no authority to do so. She has no standing to do so. And the one opportunity we have to get her in check, Mr. Cruz, you want to be a pushover? I'm sorry. I don't like coming down on you, but that's not even appropriate. I'm a taxpayer. I've lived here my whole life. And I think it's absolutely reprehensible that some mayor doesn't even show up here, doesn't even give a crap about whether this gets passed or not, just by the simple fact that nobody's here from the Holmes Beach. And we're going to pass this or potentially pass giving her $300,000. No, that's not appropriate. You use the leverage you have when you have it. We're not declaring war. She chose to do that, not us.
That's correct.
So this idea that we have to stand down or play nice with somebody that's stealing our tax money and our property is not going to happen. And any Republican commissioner up here that votes against this or votes to approve this, I'm going to be highly upset with, because absolutely not. If nothing more, we need to delay. We need to move this on. We need to work with the mayor out there. She doesn't need to get a darn thing at this point. And I will be up here each and every time. And Mayor, if you're listening, if you really want me to get involved, you're not going to like me. I'm going to shut down your beach.
Oh, it should be.
Okay.
Andrew.
No.
Anyone else from the public?
Well, I'm glad they thought it was humorous as well. So the next one we've got is, let's see, go to slide 3.
Open.
And this is now this is a longer meeting. It is 9 minutes. However, this is the one where she starts fighting and being very disrespectful and rude to the school board. And although this does look like this is a commissioner meeting, so I'm not sure, maybe she has more than one video in here. I only watched a little bit of this. And so we'll kind of, yes, it was about a parking space. Yes, it was, John. Yes, it was. And for those of you coming in, again, we are taking it all the way back to Betty's beginnings on YouTube. And so these are all videos that she had posted. And then I do have some live streams that she did. Or no, I have one live stream. If time allows, there is a live stream, her first live stream she ever did. However, when I saw these, I was like, man, these are funny, and I'd rather watch these because, I mean, they didn't have a lot of views at all. I think like the total was maybe like 70. I mean, she was very, very small at that point, obviously. Oh, this is the school board meeting. Okay, thank you, Beer Can.
Open up to public comment. I do have one card. Someone that we all know, Cindy Spray. State committee woman. Manatee County. But you're not here.
Oh, there she is. She just walked in.
But we do know you as that.
And for those of you who didn't see her walk in, she is going to be she's a little off to the right center. She just walked in and sat down.
Cindy Spray, Manatee County citizen and author, by the way.
Cindy, pull your mic down.
Okay,
You're
I'm
short.
sorry.
Thank you.
All right. I am very involved with the school board. I don't know if you can put the projector up. I don't know if it's there.
Okay,
but
so
I'm gonna
I
show
didn't
some
I didn't know
papers
this
here.
lady was
It's there.
talking.
We're
Let me
talking
fast
about
forward.
teacher pay, right? This is for the teachers. Here's one of the documents where it was
Oh,
paid
there we
to
go. Okay.
building lease payments.
I thought this was all Betty, but it's not.
147.
Okay. So we're going to skip.
State your name. You'll have 3 minutes, please.
Andrew Griffin, Manatee County. I'm thankful to know Cindy Spray, and she's my friend. And I love the work that she does.
And again, you can see, look how thick her hair was. It was long. It was thick. Yes, it was probably bleached. However, it was, I mean, she had beautiful hair, and now it's gone.
I'm going to support this, not because I want to, but because I feel the need to for the teachers. I want to express my frustration and concern that we have an incompetent superintendent that constantly does things to thwart the will of the taxpayers in Manatee County. I also will always and plan to, moving forward, be continuing to ask for her resignation because of crap like this.
Okay.
Andrew,
Madam
I just
Chairman,
asked that,
yes.
Excuse me. I got this.
Thank you.
Andrew, just please.
No
Yeah.
no personal
So,
attacks.
what I'm
please.
getting
Have
at-
the floor.
No personal attacks.
Please do not
Don't interrupt me.
be
Thank you.
disrespectful.
So,
So she was being told not to be disrespectful, and she says, "Please don't interrupt me." So yeah, she was a little feisty and salty this day. And again, this meeting was on June 8th, 2021. She posted it on June 9th, so that the following day. Yeah, first name basis. Yes.
I am going to support this. I'm hoping that they can work on the millage. I think the millage is entirely too high. But this is poor government. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not. I'm not going to sit here and be silent because my shirt says, silence is an answer too, right? So I'm not going to sit here and accept this. What I will tell the school board is by doing this, now there's no guarantee that this is even going to be approved, right? We got to vote for it. And I'm going to bring awareness to this vote to try to stop that. But I think it's very disgusting from our school board that you would jeopardize our teachers' pay so you can keep putting this tax in and suppressing our voters. That's what this is all about. That's why we do these special elections. It's for voter suppression because you want money. You can't get it normally. So you do these tyrannical things. You do government overreach, things like that. So moving forward from this point, any more special elections, any more 1 mil, any more voter suppression, I don't care if the teacher's salaries are attached. I don't care if I bankrupt a teacher. I will no longer support it moving forward. You guys do it the right way.
So you don't care if you bankrupt someone's career? And again, she's not a teacher. She doesn't have children. She has no idea what it's like to be a teacher. And she's claiming, and this is how I understand it, she's claiming that they're having special elections in order to get money that they couldn't get otherwise. Again, that makes no sense to me. And if anyone understands that better than I, please let me know, because it just doesn't make sense that people would have a special election in order to get money they couldn't get otherwise.
Don't do it at all.
Thank you very much. Anyone else come forward, state your name. You'll have 3 minutes. Please keep it respectful.
I will. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Glenn Gibolino.
Okay, so that is the end of her rant for that one. So, and I apologize. I thought it was her the whole 9 minutes, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. But obviously it wasn't. So now this one is, so now Andrew Griffin, Manatee County activist and lobbyist. So now this date is, so it was April 10th. That says 2020. But she posted it June 10th, 2021. So maybe she just posted it later than it, like a year later. That kind of doesn't make any sense, but possibly. So this is first time addressing the board. So let's see what she's got to say. Oh, my mouse is not working correctly.
Andrea Griffin, thank you. State your name, and everyone, you have 3 minutes to speak.
My name is Andrew Griffin. Manatee County is my home, and therefore I protect my home. Last week, 5 of you chose to violate our rights by unconstitutionally broadening police power. Attorney Palmer improperly advised laws and amendments, therefore committing malpractice on this county. Attorney Palmer, 5 commissioners, and the sheriff opened our county up to lawsuits. You should all be fired and removed, but we cannot do that until election time.
And the one thing I noticed in this meeting is that she actually dressed up and looked professional. She looked really nice for addressing the board. And I'm guessing it's because it was the first time. So she got very comfortable and decided she didn't really care about her appearance after some time. But she does look very nice here, professional. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened. She got lazy or just didn't care anymore. But yeah, she looked nice.
Believe me, we will remember. My government has no right to make decisions for me and my family. Shame on you, Betsy, for stating that you don't care about our violating our rights. Well, guess what? I care, and many people in this county care. Our Constitution doesn't say if you have a medical emergency, you can violate our constitutional, civil, or property rights. Our constitutional rights are our God-given American rights as to be an American citizen. It provides protection to the people against government overreach, which you have clearly done, and shame on you. Let's talk about facts. We were told first responders are exhausted and they need to take time to take this much-needed break. Let's explore this a little more. So I had an opportunity to drive by the sheriff's offices, the EMT stations, the fire stations, and the hospitals. None are overwhelmed. In fact, doctors and nurses are being furloughed. Let's talk about the sheriff's office. On April 7th, we have officers rounding up cattle on US 41 in Palmetto. Yesterday, I observed 2 officers sitting in their vehicle on 5th Street East, 2 officers chatting, laughing, and seemingly no problem in the world. Then I turn the corner and there's yet another officer in the Wells Fargo parking lot. So we have 3 officers sitting on their duffs while they're screaming they're overwhelmed. I am sick of the lies.
But that's not what you said. You said the EMTs, well, I guess she did say first responders were overwhelmed. However, they were probably sitting there because they didn't have any calls at the time, or maybe they were taking a break because they had just dealt with a serious call or something that was, hard to do. So, and what are you doing? Skulking around, seeing what the police officers are doing? Like you need to find a hobby instead of skulking around looking for police officers.
So again, how does this curfew give our first responders their much needed break? I have photos of all the traffic on the roads and in the stores. Please explain to me how nightly curfews will slow the spread when everyone is moving around during the day. According to the CDC, we had over 2.8 million Americans die last year of heart attacks, strokes, and 61,000 from the flu. You probably want to tell me that you can't catch a heart attack. According to WHO, 17 million people die a year from infectious diseases which have no treatments, cures, or vaccines. We were told millions of people would die from this virus, and now it's tens of thousands because their models and assumptions were wrong. I will not ask permission to go out of my house. I will not have papers to drive my car. I am an American citizen. We are not.
So, and again, Beer Can, I know you live either in Manatee County or like you're near her. I don't remember. Did you have to have papers in order to drive after the curfew? Because that's what I think she's alluding to, is that there was a curfew put in place at a certain time where you weren't able to drive or do, go out. And so is she saying you had to have papers in order to drive your car after the curfew? Because we didn't have those where I was. We didn't have curfews. At least I don't think we did. Yes, it was the beginning. And yeah, I'm just not sure. Oh, looters. Okay. Thank you, Stella Bella.
Not a third world country ran by dictators, though it's getting hard to tell with our county commissioners. I will not stay silent, locked away in my home. This is America. Each of you should be ashamed of yourself. Thank you, Steve and Vanessa, for doing the ethical thing. Thank you.
She's so mad.
Thank you. Next.
Oh, she had like a duster on. That was actually a really nice duster. I don't know about the shirt, but the duster was pretty cool. All right. So the next one I have for you. Okay, so now this is getting into her first videos on YouTube. And so these weren't the public meetings. This is where she started getting into her activism, but then it very quickly changed into advocating for victims. So this is the video that I was watching, and I was like, she looks so different than she does now. And this was from July 8th, 2021, this video.
Hi, Facebook. So it's Tuesday. I was chatting with a friend that was asking me some information about records requests.
Her voice also seems different, and I don't know if she's like Paris Hilton and she has a certain voice for certain things, but this was around the same time that she was in those meetings, and her voice to me sounds different. It is the same printer, but the printer's not blinking, so that's a positive. Yes.
And how I do my records requests. So in the description of this video live, I've put many links in here from Pasco County all the way to Lee County that covers your county's BOCC as well as your school board. So I know that a lot of my friends aren't necessarily from Manatee County. I know we all kind of go all over the place for each other. And, most of us are kind of like me, where we just love meeting people and love having fun and love moving the MAGA movement forward. So I just going to dive just a little bit into what I do. So most of my records requests are here in Manatee County. I do them for the BOCC, which is the Board of County Commissioners, as well as the school board. I'm also dipping my toes into Holmes Beach, so I also do some records requests in our cities, the cities of Holmes Beach. So it has worked out well. Some of the tricks of the trade that I'd like to discuss is,
Yes, let's be honest. Welcome. Little 15, welcome. There's lots of new people here that I have not seen before. So welcome to everyone. We are going way back in regards to Betty Bullhorn. And this video, again, is from, I believe I said July 8th, 2021. And I also have my niece, Anna, joining me today.
Hello, everyone.
And let's see, where'd the comment go? I was going to, oh yeah, so this is her with hair. However, I did notice that the bottom is a different color, so I'm wondering if she doesn't have extensions in, possibly, but I know she had long hair for a really long time, and I don't think it's extensions. I think that's her hair, but then again, I could be wrong. But yes, her hair was so much different. Like when I saw this video, I was like, holy heck. She looks so different. So different.
I always reach out if you're truly wanting the record. This is my suggestion. If you're just using this as a tool in the toolbox to, keep the county busy, so to speak, then a different strategy would be used for that. But if you're really wanting to know what kind of documents or want to review the documents that you're requesting, the best thing to do is limit that as much as possible. What I mean by that is, for example, Manatee County has 30 minutes of search time before they charge you for the record request. In my case, I will do 2 or 3 days of emails. Say, for example, masks come to mind.
So I'm wondering, and again, I didn't watch this. I only watched like a few seconds of the beginning. I wonder, because she's talking about how she's doing all these records requests and you can get a certain amount for free. I'm curious if this, well, I mean, not necessarily the beginning of the grift, but if this is where we're first going to hear her talk about her grift.
So I will say, I want all of the masks, the emails related to any kind of masks sent to me from, let's say, January 19th to January 21st, and limit that so they can find all that within the 30 minutes. They will produce those documents for you for free. I believe it's Hillsborough County that's 15 minutes. It might be Pinellas. I'm not sure. I talked to a lot of counties. But you want to reach out to the county and find out what the rules are and try to limit it to the free time so you don't have to spend money. The other option would be, ask them for a bunch of stuff, because they're going to have to review how much time is going to go into it so they can give you an invoice of the amount that they want you to pay, and just never pay it. You never get the documents. That's a strategy that I use just to really frustrate a county because they're not listening to the people, and again, just strategy. So let's get back to the public records request. Let's talk about some of the things that I have requested. So I've requested resumes for employees. I have, for the county level, I've asked for all the information for all the hierarchy, the directors and everything about what they're making an hour. You know, anything that you're doing related to records request has to be a records request related. So it has to be something that they can pull off a computer. It cannot be something that they have to manufacture in order to answer your record request. They're not required to do that. They're not required to answer any questions. So you can't say, you know, at what time uh, did you open the doors? You can say, can you provide me the records of the door locks so I can see when the doors were open? So they have to be able to produce a document, an email, something that they can give you. They're not required to answer questions, and they're not required to give you confidential information. Other questions that I have sent to the school boards, I've asked them for transgender policies.
Oh,
When they went into effect.
this is interesting. Okay, let's see where she's going to go with this.
Documents related to when they went into effect, and documents related to when any changes were made to the policy. Another request that I have made to the school board is their sex education. What is the sex education curriculum? And including any videos or titles of videos in which they show the children. You know, a friend of mine had recommended me request what is in our libraries at these middle schools for these children to read. I thought that was ingenious, and it's a very good thing because those books are accessible. What are they teaching the children? What do the children have access to? So those are pertinent information that you, as a citizen or a parent, should know. I've requested links to our budgets. I've requested link.
So Bash, I agree with your question. So I follow the school board. I follow the school budget because, you know, we all pay school taxes. However, I mean, and now I have Anna and my nephew are in the school, but I don't go and do records requests about their policies and procedures and all of that. Like, I just don't have time for that. Like, you know, I read they send out like newsletters every so often. I'll read those. But yeah, I feel like she's just obviously, because she's saying the title of this is Activism is About Action. What can you do for your county? Just do it. Florida records requests. So I think just, you know, I don't know.
To our financial statements when I didn't know where they were. You know, now I'm very fluent with our website, and I suggest everybody out there that's listening to this video live also do the same thing in their community. Activism can be done and still have your life and still have your family time and everything. There's little things. If you could just designate just a little bit of time a week to start diving into your county or your city, you would be a better off person and more well informed about things. I also try to find out, where are their meeting videos stored? Do they have meeting videos, or do they record them in any way other than minutes? In this day and age, there is no city, county, or school board that should not be recording by video
And I don't, so again, this was about 2 years ago. I don't agree with that. You don't have to video anything. I mean, it's worked. I mean, I think now they do it virtually because of C-19. Like, I feel like it's just easier for school districts, for everyone to come together, and, you know, if you have different locations, or maybe, you know, you're homebound and aren't able to get to the meeting. But what is wrong with reading the minutes? That's what I do because I'm nosy. I just read the school board minutes, and it tells me what I want to know. And that way I can just skip to the part. So the way they have school board minutes now, at least with all the school districts that are around here, it's called board docs, and it's so easy to use. The agenda is by section, like bullet points. And so, say I don't care about the beginning of the meeting, I can just click on what I care about and read about that. I don't have to watch an entire video to get to what I want to hear. So again, I don't know why she's so, like Bash said, or many of us said in chat, why is she so concerned? If it's on paper, who cares? Like, I don't know. Kay Kanuga, more power to you.
Meeting to distribute to the public. So if you are in a city or county that does not do that, you need to ask why, because that is the documentation that you yourself need to review. A lot of people don't have the time to be there during the meeting, but they do have time at night when they've got nothing better to do but look at the video and get up to date on what's going on in their county. I'm here.
Did I hear that right? She said when people don't have anything better to do than watch a video and get up to date on what's going on in their county. I'm sorry. There are a million other things that I would rather do than watch a meeting of the school board on video. I would rather just sit and do nothing, or play a game, or color, or, you know, call my parents. I don't know. She's something.
Here to help. So if you need to find more information about your county, I will be happy to do so. But again, it's very important that you reach out to wherever you're getting your public records request from. Doing the public records request is free of charge. If you do things in a strategic way, the documents that you are receiving will be free of charge. You have to limit it. You can't ask for the whole year of emails related to masks. You're going to get a bill of $1,000, because in the grand scheme of things, there's still an entity. There's still confidentiality. There's still conversations that they have with attorneys that are protected.
Good observation, Laffit. Like, she isn't vaping here. So I'm wondering if she was smoking at this point, but she wasn't smoking on video. Because again, welcome to those of you who may have come in a little bit late. She was dual streaming. She was streaming this to not only YouTube, she was also streaming this to Facebook. So she was dual streaming, and I don't know what Facebook's policies are on doing those types of things on video. So I can't answer that, but I know she was dual streaming, so that possibly could have something to do with it. I'm not really sure, but you guys are really, you know, you guys got an eye. Like, I'm more listening to her and looking at chat, but you noticed that the TV was gone, which I totally didn't notice. The water cooler, though, is still there with that wire chain, like the light thing. The printer's still there. She's got a few binders, but not like those big binders like she has now. And her printer is not flashing as it has for I don't know how long.
So all these emails, they have to go through to make sure that they're not violating confidentiality, that they're not violating privilege with the attorneys. So there is actual work that needs to be done for them to do that. So that's where your costs come in. I know Hillsborough County costs about $3 or 3 minutes per email. I believe that they can do it in a shorter amount of time personally, because I go through thousands of emails a day and I'm able to do that in 7 hours, yet they're charging me 7 hours to go through 143 documents. Do I want that? I don't want to pay for it. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to end up chopping my requests down on a daily basis and make several requests for the information that I want. So for example, I'm going to ask, what were the masks, what were the emails related to the mask on January 1st? My next email will be, what were the masks related to or received on January 2nd? What were the masks received on January 3rd? So I just take it down smaller and smaller until I'm able to start getting those documents for free. I know a lot of people do use this strategy just to irritate and be a pimple on the butt of the county.
Oh, she's been using that quote for years, y'all. A pimple on the butt of the county or the school board. So now she says just the county. I don't know if she still goes to school board meetings. That would be interesting to find out. But she says that 2 years ago. pimple on the butt.
Board and things of that nature. But some of this information I really want to know. I want to see, and I want document, like the critical race theory. What's on the curriculum for our critical race theory?
So this is why at the beginning of the live I was asking about critical race theory. I didn't realize she brought it up sooner than the video that I watched. But after like what I understand, and I did watch a few videos to refresh my recollection of what it is, I don't think she really understands what it is. But that's a topic for another time. So this is interesting that she's bringing up critical race theory at this point.
Or the diversion and inclusion director. Is one being hired? Is one being considered? Have we hired one? If so, how much money are they making? Get those documents. We need to start fighting this on our local levels. And if each person in each county, if we can get one person or two people in each county to be out here active, being.
And just a note to everybody, because there's only one person blocked in here, and it's none of you. So if you feel like, make sure that you are on all messages, or I think in like it says live chat, all messages. Make sure you're not in top chat, because if you're in top chat, you may not see responses as I commonly do, but I have to keep checking to make sure I'm on the right thing so I see everybody. But Outlaw, I can see you, and you won't be blocked anyways because you bring great information to the chat. And like I said, there's only one person blocked, and their name is Rapper. So yeah, nobody else is blocked.
Activists in their county going to these school board meetings, going to the county commissioner meetings. We will have a huge Florida block of real, true conservatives and team members out there helping to drive this narrative. It can't be done from Manatee County. I can't go. I mean, I can go and speak at school boards in Pinellas and help out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's coming down to the parents and the teachers and the students that are there that really make the biggest impact. We still do what we do. We'll still go out there. But coming back to the records request, this is a great tool that can be utilized if you want to really find out what's going on in your county. Again, I put a whole bunch of links on the other side. If you want to know what is the best strategy, it's limiting the scope. You can reach out to me by messenger. You can reach out to me by responding to this. I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. But you need to start being active in your community. This is something that only takes just a few minutes, and you're really making a difference. Furthermore, once you get these documents, start sharing them. Get them out. If you don't already have an email list of true diehard supporters of this movement, get one. You need it. You need to get this information out. I can tell you, with Donald Trump filing this class action lawsuit against big tech, we don't know what's going to happen. They may get upset at him and shut every conservative person down just so they don't have to listen to us. It may damage them more in the end, but I don't think they care. So you need to get more active. We need to go back to the old ways of communication, emails, snail mail, telephone, texts, and stuff. I know a lot of people say we just need to leave the Facebook platform, but quite honestly, the Facebook platform is too big to do. So if you have any questions related to records requests, or if I put up the wrong link down, let me know so I can correct it and fix it. To each and every person, you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. Please go out, do at least 2 or 3 records requests a day. Let's focus on, we have that big meeting in Pinellas on July 14th at 9 a.m. Why don't you guys start doing records requests on what they're teaching for the critical race theory, if they've hired a diversion and inclusion director, what their salaries are, what their transgender policies are, and 2 more, which would be what's their sex education and what books are in their middle schools for the kids to read. We can start doing that. We can start just flooding these counties with these record requests. And I think it would be.
Lisa, I was wondering that. So I always thought it was Pinellas, but I was like, I'm not from Florida. So maybe it's just because that's, how we pronounce it in the north. but so it is Pinellas. Okay. Yeah, she's saying Pinellas.
Behoove us to do so. We need to get to the bottom of what's going on here in Florida with our children. Our children are going crazy and they're being taught something that's making them go crazy. And it's
what? Okay. So I definitely need to get my hands on more videos of, well, and there may be more that I didn't get to because, again, I only went up to the point where she started talking about cases. Well, actually, no, I lied. I only went to her video on critical race theory because I'm going to do a video about that. I just need to get more information for myself. And if anyone in chat knows about critical race theory, or you're more informed on it, please email me, because I really don't believe what she believes is what it actually is based on what I know. Especially with her making comments like this, that it's making kids go crazy. That makes no sense.
your responsibility, even if you don't have children, to get out there and start figuring out what is going on. To each of you, God bless. I love each and every one of you. Let's keep up the good work and let's get out there and make a difference. Have a great day.
And she was so calm that whole video. Granted, she looks annoyed, but she wasn't yelling. Yes, she complained a little bit, but she did it with grace and not yelling. So it is, just the difference is incredible. All right, so now the next one is, again, all of her videos are pretty short when she first started, and then they start getting longer and longer and longer. So this one is named Facebook Blocked Me from Going Live. Well, fine. I'll find another way. And this was from July 8th, 2021. So I believe the reason she brought herself over to YouTube was, one, because Facebook kept putting her in Facebook jail for some reason. I wonder why. And two, I'm wondering if YouTube at that point in time wasn't more of a moneymaker than Facebook was. I've gone on Facebook Live a few times, but that's more for my kitten foster page so that I could video the kittens live. I haven't ever done I haven't ever vlogged on Facebook. So it'll be interesting. Well, it says they blocked her from going live. So I don't know. Maybe she'll tell us. Yeah. Critical race theory has been around since the 70s, maybe the 60s, based on what I was reading. So it's a lot of the articles I'm finding on critical race theory are above my head. And I just need critical race theory for dummies, because yes, I'm intelligent, but some of the way these articles are written, I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. So yeah,
I have to go.
All right.
Thank you all for watching me talk a little bit. So thank you. I'll be heading out. Bye.
All right. See ya, Anna. Sinner. That's good. Yes, she should carry a potted plant around with her to replace the oxygen she wastes. Yes. So if you, True Crime Dime, I noticed too, she doesn't have a ring light or all that fancy stuff. And you can see some of the scars, especially with the school board meeting videos. But yes, I agree. It wasn't as noticeable as it is now. And just the difference in her appearance, she looks her age in these videos. She looks 42 in these videos. and that's why when I saw these, I'm like, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to go way, way back because I haven't watched these. And I figured if I'm going to watch them anyways, why not watch them with other people? Yes, that's true. Laugh at life. Hey, infamous truth teller. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good morning, Facebook. So something weird happened to me this morning. While I was doing a Facebook Live, I think I was able to get in just a little bit. That I was able to get into Facebook Live. I started to tell you some good news. I'm not going to tell you that today because I'm a little frustrated and it kind of rained on my parade. But at any
So here, you know she's annoyed, you know she's angry, but she's not yelling. She's not ranting like a lunatic. She just said, I'm a little frustrated, and it kind of rained on my parade. Now, will she become more irate? Possibly. But I agree, Amberly, like being angry. I mean, possibly, and I don't know when she was divorced from her last husband. Possibly that is what caused the change in appearance. I don't know. And it's not for me to judge. However, Laugh at Life said she lost, 60 pounds. Like that's an insane amount of weight, for a short amount of time. So I don't know. There could have been something else that happened in her life, but I actually really like this Betty. Like I can still comment, but she's not yelling. I actually currently, so normally my volume is on like 24 or 25 when we watch her. Currently, I have to put my volume is on 70 because she's talking so well at a normal volume, like an inside volume. Oh, and that's probably why YouTube was a little bit lower. So let's try this. So yeah. Oh, finalized in 2023. I'm not sure. I don't know.
rate, Facebook shut me down this morning and said somebody was in my system and changed my password. So that's what I did. I knew immediately that it was probably somebody from Facebook that did it. However, I changed my password and went back to do my video live. My video live, I cannot do. They have blocked me. I don't know how long the ban is going to be for.
Oh, she was put in Facebook jail. And so now in playing devil's advocate, okay, because I've been put in Facebook jail several times. I actually was put in Facebook jail for 30 days. 30 days because I made a comment that boys are gross. They always are talking about poop. That is what I said. Boys are gross. They always talk about poop. Someone reported my comment and Facebook put me in Facebook jail for 30 days. I couldn't post. I couldn't comment. I couldn't do lives. I couldn't watch lives. Well, no, I think I could watch lives, but I couldn't comment. I couldn't, update my wall. I couldn't comment on friends' posts. So in her defense, maybe she didn't do something very serious. But then again, maybe she did. So I'm just saying. All I said was, boys are gross. They always talk about poop. And I was in Facebook jail for 30 days. So, and she has to know how long she was banned for because Facebook tells you. They tell you how long your sentence is.
Now I'm actually doing video record from my computer that I plan to upload to Facebook if it allows me to. Who knows, right? So our action items today is I want everybody that's watching this video to make one phone call, find a politician that you would like to speak with, and I want you to make an appointment with that person, sit down and meet with them. I want them to.
Oh, and I don't think I told you the date on this. So the date on this was July 8th, 2021.
Get to know you, and I want you to get to know them. We are looking for staunch conservatives and constitutionalists to be in office. So it is your duty in your area to make sure that you are doing that. You can have a Zoom call with them, you can have a telephone call with them, you can meet them in person. But I really behoove everybody to start taking action. We are coming up to.
And I did notice in the last video she said behoove. She's now saying behoove again. So this is apparently she says behoove a lot.
2022 elections, we need to have the right people in office. So I am focused on a several county area. I'd like to expand that, but I can't do it alone. So I need your help. Right now, the majority of my friends are between Pasco and Lee County. So those are the areas I'm going to focus on right now. I'd like to expand that. I'd actually like to have friends in all 67 counties in the state of Florida. But right now, the majority of my group is between those counties. So we'll work there. We'll start there. We'll build the foundation from there. So please, 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 your action item today, reach out to one of your politicians. I would prefer your favorite politician. So if you have somebody on the school board that you really like, or you have somebody on the city or county commission, your mayor, reach out to them. Let them know who you are. Let them know that you're here, you're paying attention, that whenever I meet with somebody, I have a list of things I want to talk about. So when I was meeting with somebody for the school board, I had like 10 or 12 items of just bullet points of things I want to talk to them about. The majority of the stuff I want to talk about is, the role of government. Very important. A lot of the stuff that we're doing right now is not in the role of the government. They should not be doing it. We have philanthropists for stuff that they're doing that are more philanthropy type of work, and they're taking money from the taxpayers to pay for it. So the role of government's very important. Our Constitution, our Bill of Rights are important. Race issues are very important in this day and time. I want everybody to feel welcome. I don't judge people by the color of their skin. I don't judge people by the religion that they choose to preach. I treat them by the way they treat me. You treat me bad, I'm going to treat you bad. It's simple as that. You want to be good to me, I'm going to be great to you. And even them, I find a foundation, something we can build upon, something we can work on. I want to work with everybody, as long as the position is the same. There's just a lot of people that we have a few things that we can work on, and then there's a lot of stuff that we don't agree on. So what do? We focus on the stuff we can work on, and I behoove everybody to do that. So reach out to your politicians, your BOCC members, your school board members, your county council, your mayors. Meet with one person and start building a foundation in your community, because that's what we need. As you know, I'm trying to find more conservative women. I think we are beautiful people. I think that we are a missing voice in our party. And I think we can really rock it out if we all stick together and work on a common goal. Right now, the common goal, I think, for everybody is finding the right politicians, not just the ones with the R's behind their names, but true, die-hard, conservative constitutionalists. That's what we're looking for. We need somebody that will not mask us, that will not force vaccinate us, that will not come into our home to take our guns. I mean, these are real issues that we may face, if not now, in a few years. So be active, be brave, and be feared. That's what we're doing. So go out.
So True Crime Dime, it was during the laundry case. because that is actually the last video I have for us to watch. It's only 30 minutes. And so that was her start. And I don't remember the exact date, but I'll let you know once we get there. That was her. And actually, that was her first live, was the Petito and laundry case. I'm not sure about her actual videos, because as soon as I got to that critical race theory one, I stopped because I had to get ready for this live. But I know the Petito case was the first one she did a live on.
Meet with your politicians, set up if you're busy with work and life and everything, there's still a happy balance where you can still make a difference. So just meet with one person a month or one person a week, whatever your calendar allows for you. My calendar is a little more open right now, so I have the ability to meet with more people on a weekly basis, and I utilize that time to the best of my ability to push our movement and our causes forward. The movement is America first. It's plain and simple. We are the taxpayers. We want our representation. We want to come first. After we're taken care of, if we want to take care of other people, other countries, then we can. Right now, we can't. We are being shut out while our taxpayer money is being collected and distributed everywhere else. That's got to stop. So if you have any questions, you need to know who your politicians are, please reach out to me. I will look them up for you. I will give you their phone numbers, emails, anything I can do to help you be more active. I will be happy to do so. Have a great day and God bless.
So very short video. So as you can see, her videos were short, to the point. She had, what she wanted to talk about, and it was, quick. So now the next one is July 9th, 2021. And now let's see if you all see the new. She added something to her office.
So good morning, Facebook. It's Friday. Hello. I had a late night, met with family, met with some friends, just had a great time last night. So getting up a little early, a little late today. I'm going to be heading out. Sorry for my throat. I was karaokeing last night, but at any rate, good morning. Happy Friday. I don't really have a lot of action items today. I was going to try to give you guys good news yesterday and found out that I was blocked from live. I just checked the live. They blocked me. I mean, my videos are not against any community standards. They're out there to empower people to get more active in the community. And apparently, for whatever reason, Facebook has deemed my video lives a violation.
Hey, Kanuga, I didn't see anything about zits, so you're good. It must have went really fast by me. But yes, no worries. Ooh, and I hate how those stupid video things come up. It drives me nuts.
Violation of community standards. So this whole thing with big tech is getting a little ridiculous. I mean, we can acknowledge that you guys have all seen my videos, nothing nefarious or horrible. I'm not trying to burn down buildings. I'm not trying to stalk people. I'm not calling people names. I'm not, sending out mean tweets. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm staying in my lane and staying on my page, right? So everybody sees.
Oh, True Crime Dime. Good observation. So I didn't think it was, I was thinking more of like an exhaust fan, but now that you mention it, maybe she is talking about the ceiling fan. I don't even know if she has I don't think she has a ceiling fan now, but then again, the TV's not there to show the reflection. But that's interesting.
That we got an article that came out that I posted on my Facebook page regarding sex trafficking and how sex trafficking, Facebook has been utilized quite a bit for sex trafficking, right? So I want you to think about that. You can sell children for sex on Facebook, but you can't be an activist on Facebook. Let's think about that first.
Wait, what? What is she talking about? Never have I seen that you can traffic children on Facebook. So, I mean, I'm going to see where she goes with this because she's saying you can be a trafficker, but you can't be an activist. I don't think you can be. I think you've got it backwards.
For a second. You can sell children. You can sell people on Facebook, human beings, human trafficking. But what my videos are doing right now is some kind of violation of their community standards. So literally, this is ridiculous. This is insanity. I'm very proud of our president for taking on these big tech people, but I told you as soon as it happened, we don't know what big tech's going to do. Right? Well, here it's come. I've got to record my stuff on my computer and upload it and hope that they will upload my video because they disabled my video live. And I'm curious.
Again, True Crime Dime, good point. She is a child advocate now, so she says. Yet she, instead of saying trafficking or something less blunt, I guess, she has to use those words together. Yeah, very bizarre. And yes, the whiteboard is new from the last video. And she has written on it, silence is always an answer or something like that. Whatever her shirt said, she has that written on the whiteboard. And I also noticed the Sephora bag is not on the top of the cabinet. However, the whatever that red thing is, it looks like an old coffee, like where you get the coffee grounds, like an old Folgers thing, is still there.
I keep hitting that. And listen, everybody, if you get tagged with, harassment or community, you tell them no. You make them review that because I did that twice. And two of my posts, the two times that I was hit in the last, 3 or 4 months, I did nothing wrong. So I clicked, I disagree with their decision. I did not violate their community standards. But this is the kicker. They acknowledged I did not violate the community standards, but they still censored my account. So I still couldn't post for 24 hours, even though I did nothing wrong. So now we're dealing with this whole video thing, and I'm getting very frustrated because why can't I do live? Go through my videos. What did I do wrong? What did I violate? What community standards from Facebook have I violated to warrant them blocking my video lives? I've done nothing. So I am beyond pissed. Excuse my language. I don't like cussing. I know there's young kids in here, but I'm angry. I'm frustrated. This big tech, this war on our First Amendment rights of freedom of speech. First of all, and I want to also tell you something, this whole crap with misinformation. Let me tell you, lying is protected under the First Amendment right. So it has.
Wait, what? Okay, because this is, I find these really interesting because now that I've been really concentrating on Betty the last few months, being able to look back at her earlier videos and then compare them to now. So again, here's this whole misinformation, yet she's now saying that lying is protected under the First Amendment right. And I'm just going to rewind a few seconds because I feel like maybe I heard that wrong.
Let me tell you, lying is protected under the First Amendment.
Yes, she did say that. Lying is protected under the First Amendment. And I need to write down this time because I'm going to make a little clip of that because she always talks about misinformation. And so in the same sentence, she says, let me tell you about misinformation. And then she says, lying is protected under the First Amendment. So is that why she lies about everything? Because she thinks it's protected under free speech?
Right. So it has no, even if you lie through your teeth on a daily basis, it's a still protected speech. Misinformation is still protected under the First Amendment. So please explain to me what the heck is going on here. So anyways, it is almost 10 o'clock. I'm just getting started for my day. I'm meeting a friend for lunch. I'm having a great day. I do not have any action items other than, give Facebook a middle finger today. Like, seriously, this is irritating. Who are they to censor the people of America? And why aren't we doing more about it? Like, we're still on Facebook. We still haven't all found a platform that we can convert to get off Facebook and make their stocks tank. Because it's so big, nobody wants to move. And when we move, we only get 200 or 300 people. And some of my friends have thousands, hundreds of thousands of people on their site. Another person I know has millions of people on their site. So, what is that saying about us? I really.
Okay, so thank you, Bash. I did not know this. But in 2012, so in 2012, the Supreme Court held for the first time that lies, verifiable factual falsehoods, were protected speech under the First Amendment, United States versus Alvarez. And I am also going to look up that case because, as we know, with Packingham versus North Carolina, Betty twists it to fit her narrative with social media being the, quote, public square. But thank you for that, Bash. I appreciate that. All right, let's go back to here.
Really wish we could all unite and find out what platform we all want to move to, because when we move, we all have to move at the same time and to the same site. So we can't have 15 social media sites and everybody convert to their own little site that they like. We all have to convert and communicate and converse on the same site. We can do that. It's just going to take a lot of energy. It's going to take a lot of people finally having enough. But I'm telling you, I'm being censored and I have done nothing wrong. I haven't violated anything. I haven't lied. I haven't misrepresented any information. Most of my information is to get people in action and to go and be more productive in their communities. And Facebook doesn't like it. Think about that. You can sell children, but don't get involved in your community. You can burn down buildings, but don't live legally. You can come here illegally, but screw the Americans that are footing the bill. This is Facebook.
And so again, all of this is because Facebook put her in Facebook jail for 24 hours. Listen, Betty, I was put in Facebook jail for 30 freaking days. 30 days. And so I had to find something else to do. And that's when I started watching YouTube, because I couldn't go on Facebook and watch things because I couldn't interact because I was in jail. Facebook jail.
You guys have got to start understanding this is war. This is war with social media. So in war, we don't utilize our enemy, right? We take them.
Oh, so social media was your enemy 2 years ago, but now you're all about being social media. I am social media. That's interesting. How fast the tide can turn.
Them down. So I'm going to let you guys all just sit with this for a little bit. That they can sell children on Facebook, but I'm getting censored for trying to empower women. This is a very dangerous situation. And I don't think you guys, I mean, I'm making light of it, but I don't think people understand how serious this is. This is very
Yes, True Crime Dime. So I'm actually, I think instead of listening to her Koberger bull crap, she's like hung up on, I feel like my lives, I'm going to do my lives just looking at a couple of, like, I'm going to go through her video, her older videos, because I mean, I am still looking at her Idaho 4 ones because I'm looking at all of that. But again, I've got a long time to do that. And this is more fun because now seeing where Betty's at now, looking back, I find it very interesting how her opinions have changed based on certain things that she was able to accomplish, i.e. making a lot of money on YouTube. So it's very interesting to me.
serious. And we need to take it as very serious. So what I'd like, I guess we do have an action item, right? So what I'd like to see from you is let's discuss what platform we're converting to.
So Elaine, so I had made that initial comment, and thank you for those of you who are just coming in. So the reason I was in Facebook jail, for those of you who don't know, is I made a comment on a live stream on Facebook that said, boys are gross. They're always talking about poop. I was put in Facebook jail for 30 days. Get out of Facebook jail. I can finally go back to the lives that I watch on a regular basis. And so they're like, why did you get put in Facebook jail? So I said, I made a comment that boys are gross. They always talk about poop. And I used emojis instead of the word poop, right? Someone reported me again, and I was put in Facebook jail for another 30 days. So that's why I think I don't really go on Facebook anymore, is because I kept being put in Facebook jail for dumb reasons. So yeah. So yes. I mean, and then there's other people that have like awful videos, and they don't violate community standards, but I said the word poop and gross, and it was considered that's what it was. They said it was harassment. Seriously?
And we all have to go together. It's not one of these things where we're going to go to Clout Hub, we're going to go to Telegram, we're going to go to this. It's too confusing. We need to figure out what platform, and we need to do that. My phone.
So I have Telegram. Can you do lives on Telegram? I just use it to do Amazon glitch deals. And so I didn't know Telegram you could do all of that stuff. That's interesting though, if you could.
Phone is ringing. I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Have a wonderful Friday. I will be in Fort Myers tomorrow for the rally. And I'm hoping to see a lot of you guys there supporting the cause. I will be there with my Trump hat. I may put my little, July 4th boppers on my head. Anyways, you guys will be able to find me.
I wonder if those are the things she wore yesterday that made her look like Fraggle Rock. Her little bobbers. Her little firework things. Headband.
Make sure you come find me. Make sure you introduce me or introduce yourself to me.
Notre Dame, send me an email. Actually, let me put my email in the chat just because it is in my description. But yes, Amazon glitch deals. So just short, but I'll tell you more about them if you email me. Amazon glitch deals. So I don't even remember how I found out about it, but employees that work for Amazon are given codes for certain products that are either going to be discontinued or, just to have them try it out. So these said employees have created sites. There are Facebook sites for it. I use Telegram just because it's easier to get the codes and the link. You don't have to go through all that mumbo jumbo. And you can get things for like really, really cheap. So yes. Email me if you want to know about glitch deals, and I will send you the Telegram groups that I'm a part of. What is the other one? There's one that I watch on YouTube. Dang it. And she has the deals for like Target, Kohl's, like all the big box stores. It'll come to me. I have to think about it. But I think she's how I got into it. And then I found Telegram. So yes.
Me and make sure you get a photo with me. I love you and God bless. Have a great Friday. And screw Facebook.
Oh.
Excuse my language.
Oh. So now we know how the birth of her YouTube page became, because Facebook put her in jail and she needed a way to live stream. So she went to YouTube, I guess, to try to dual stream or have her people, move over. I'm not sure, but this is the birth of her YouTube channel. So the next one, I have two more. So now this one is from, oh good, I didn't put oh yes I did. This is from July 10th. So now this is the following day. So she was doing lives about every single day, but they're not very long. And that's what I like, because you can get through them quickly. And she wasn't yelling. She wasn't talking super slow where I have to speed her up. Like, she's talking at a normal volume, normal speed. So yes.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's like 7:10 a.m. So there's a couple things that I wanted to just touch base with. I'm still blocked on video live on my phone as well as my computer. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be uploading the photos from Fort Myers today, but I'll make sure I get those up. I anticipate having a lot of fun there with a lot of great people. So just to start the day out with a little bit of sad information. I was invited. I can't go because I'm committed to Fort Myers, and I would have loved to if I had it sooner. But today at 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., Jonathan Bryant lost his life. He is a U.S. Army gentleman, and he's coming home today. So if anybody would like to line the streets for his welcoming, I definitely would behoove everybody to do that. So there's the southwest corner of Tamiami Trail and 30th Avenue West. Tamiami Trail is US 41, if anybody needs to know that. Northeast corner of 1st Street and 30th Avenue. Like I said, we really want to make sure, if possible, to really welcome this family. And if you can't make it, just take a moment of silence today to think and to pray for all the families that are and have lost loved ones overseas or here at home, even training. I mean, some of the training stuff that they do is pretty dangerous. So it's just sad news. And I just, this Gold Star family, I just want to tell them I love them and my condolences are with you and your family. But please take a few moments of silence today just to give thanks, because here in America, we live in the freest country in the world, but our freedom is not free. And many families can tell you that because they paid the ultimate sacrifice for us to be free and for us to take our freedoms for granted. They paid the ultimate sacrifices, not us. So just want to make sure that we properly, give thanks to this family. Sorry, I'm a little behind sorts. So today is the Don't Stop Believing rally. It's at 2120 Main Street in Fort Myers. This is at the courthouse. They are doing a Trump train there. So we'll be meeting somewhere else and be caravanning into the courthouse area. I look forward to meeting a lot of people today. I know there are some amazing patriots coming from all over the state of Florida for this rally. And I just, if you guys want to come, please come out and show your support. And that's really pretty much it for today. I've got no action items. It's Saturday. I want you guys to go out and have fun with your family. Please consider taking action. We need action people out there. It's great to be a Facebook warrior. It's great to write letters. It's, all those things are needed, but also being present, also showing up, also being a part of your community and part of other communities in support of this. Everybody's help is needed. Marxism is knocking out the door of America, and we have to be fighting back. And you know what? To be honest with you, I'm fighting back and I'm enjoying myself. So it's actually fun. And you meet some pretty great people along the way. We all support each other. We all call each other. We all, help each other. And it's not necessarily people that are just in Manatee County where I'm located. And I just love everybody. So I'm going to go out and have some fun today. I hope you guys enjoy your family. Please take a moment of silence for Jonathan Bryant today. I'd really appreciate it. And just, if you see anybody that's in blue or that who's in military, tell them thank you for their service. And maybe the last time they come home. And that is a true fact. So with that, God bless. Have a great Saturday and rock it out. Bye.
All right. Oop, don't want to watch that again. So yes, so very short videos. And yes, Heather, great saying. So for those of us who are just listening, Heather says, Dad used to say, quote, when they were handing out brains, you thought they said trains and stepped out of line because you were too young to ride one. Yes. Right, Kanuga. And that's what we were discussing before. So I am going to take a look at the Supreme Court case, U.S. versus Alvarez. But I agree, lies are not protected when you purposely use them to harm someone's reputation. I totally agree. But I am going to read the case because I'm curious and I just want to know. So the last thing I have for us is her first live video. And her first live video, hold on a second. I got to find my other window. So now this one is about 20 minutes. So we're going to watch this and then we'll call it. So again, thank you for everyone being here. I much appreciate it. Oh no, Kanuga, you're fine. I knew what you were talking about. It's fine. Yes, Christina. So for those of you coming in, we have been watching Betty. I played the first, she had more videos than what I played, but they were of people that weren't her. So I wasn't going to play other people that she had videos of on my live. And so we went through some of her earlier meeting rants, I guess you could call them. And then I got to a video about critical race theory that she did, but I stopped there because then I was like, okay, I need to do a video because I don't think she understands what it really is. So I think, now that she's on this Koberger train, I'm going to start doing lives looking at her older work because I just think the videos are much shorter and it's cool to compare then versus now. And a lot has drastically changed, but some things haven't changed, which, it's cool to look back and compare. Let me just look again. This is November 2021. This video that I have up. And this was her first live. So she had many videos of the Petito case. This is her first live she ever did.
Well, hello guys. This is Andra, aka Bullhorn Betty. I got that tag name from being out at Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie's house. I guess they both lived there at some point, but just decided to go live. This is my very first broadcast. As you can see, StreamYard is running this particular broadcast as we start getting some viewership up. We're going to, upgrade to a better plan, a better platform, and everything like that. So just wanted to start.
Oh yes, and so this is why I wasn't gonna show this one, but I'm like, you know what, we wanna watch one of her first lives. And this is, so again, this is her first live on YouTube. She had done lots and lots of videos prior to this live. This is her first live, which was in July. Is that what I said? July? Hold on, I forgot already. Or no, somebody in chat said July. This was from November. This was November 29th, 2021. So again, this was her first live where she had she probably had hundreds of videos before she started doing lives. And this is also where she starts to grift.
Out with an update from with the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case. This is going to be a very short broadcast. We're just going to cover a few things and then move on.
Yep, she said broadcast again to Laugh at Life. So now this is where she's starting to get that facade that she is, a journalist, a reporter.
And I've got 3 topics of discussion, which is Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie. I also want to dovetail into the Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner case. And then we're going to wrap up with the Summers Wells update. So with Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, as many of you guys know, Jonathan Riches and myself, as well as a few other people that tagged along here and there, but primarily Jonathan Riches and myself were the protesters in front of the Dirty Laundry House. And we had actually been involved. A lot of people don't realize this. We have actually been involved much sooner in the process than when we started protesting out in front of the Dirty Laundry House. So we have a lot of footage from the search. Our days began in this case around September 17th. I was not physically present on September 17th, but Jonathan Riches was.
And another thing I noticed in this video, she is very rigid. Like she is sitting very straight backed and she's she's stiff. Like just very statuesque, if you will.
He was one of the first protesters in front of the Dirty Laundry House demanding where's Gab.
And again, I didn't follow the Petito laundry case very closely. I knew of it. However, I didn't follow it as close as others did. But it disturbs me that she keeps referring to it as the Dirty Laundry House, because she does still have the video of the whole dirty laundry basket on her page, and I didn't get to that yet. However, I just feel if she is starting to get the idea that she is a professional, that she is a journalist, she is broadcasting this information, you wouldn't deliberately disrespect a family just because of their bad behavior.
Abby and where's Brian? That was also the same night that officers had showed up at the Dirty Laundry House. And we thought that they were going in there to get Brian Laundrie out. Come to find out, the parents finally called him in missing after being missing at this point in time since September 14th. We had later found out that date had changed. The parents had recanted after additional evidence had came forth, primarily the person that called in the vehicle at Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. And all of a sudden their timeline had changed. To me, this is obstruction of justice on the hands of the parents. That is their part. This is something that the FBI needs to investigate and hold those parents accountable for.
So what had happened is, obviously we're just going to go through a quick rundown of what
What is going on with
transpired
her
at the
volume?
beginning. So Gabby Petito's family did.
And so I noticed that before, and I thought it was my computer. I don't know if I think it's because she's leaning forward and leaning back. I don't know if it's her microphone or whatever she has, but her volume gets really loud and then it gets low, and then it gets really loud and then it gets low.
Did not hear from her right around August 27th, maybe 25th through the 28th. They started getting worried and started calling the laundry home. Unfortunately, the dirty laundry parents were hanging up the phone and avoiding all phone calls with them. By September 1st, Brian showed up to his parents' home in her minivan without her. They proceeded that very day to all pile into the Mustang and go over to Cassie Laundrie's house to see the grandkids. She was not expecting Brian. According to Cassie, Gabby's name never came into the topic of conversation, which I find very odd. Here's why. Because whenever you haven't seen somebody, a family member, and mind you, this family member, Gabby Petito, had been writing Cassie Laundrie's children. She had spoken to them on video chat as well as other forms of communication, and failed to even bring up like, oh, you're home. Where's Gabby? I mean, that just seems like it would have been a natural form of conversation. So I'm not quite sure what they were all thinking at that point. And also what I found peculiar with their arrival at Cassie Laundrie's house was the fact that they were in the Mustang. As many of you know, and from videos that I've posted on TikTok as well as Twitter, there's a nice, beautiful, big Dodge Ram truck that would have probably fit 3 grown adults a lot more comfortably than a Mustang coupe. So with that, I just found that awfully odd. I also found awfully odd is during our investigation, they also had purchased a camper. This camper was purchased about a week prior to them going to Fort DeSoto. So Brian Laundrie shows up back at his parents' house on September 1st. By September 4th, they're out buying burner cell phones. By September 5th or 6th, they're packing. By September 5th, they're packing up their truck and camper to go on a camping trip. Now, mind you, Gabby Petito is still missing, and instead of them hopping a red eye to Wyoming to help aid in the search for Gabby Petito, they decide as a family to go camping. And this is very peculiar behavior. Then we, go forward to about September 11th. That's when, now mind you, this whole time they're ignoring Gabby Petito's father, Gabby Petito's mother. They're not answering the phone. They're not answering the text. When they do pick up the phone and they realize it's him, they're hanging up that phone. Very peculiar behavior. Mr. Petito was out trying to file reports that Gabby was missing, and unfortunately was unable to get that due to some laws and some statutes here in the state of Florida and around the country, which do need to be changed. However, the mom was able to call in on the 11th and finally file the missing person report in New York. She was able to have that report sent down to Northport. Northport actually around 11:30 at night went and impounded and got possession of the minivan for processing. Now, mind you, from the 1st to the 11th, 10 full days had already passed. They've already went camping. God knows what they disposed of. And by the 13th, Brian had taken the Mustang, and we have reports from the neighbors that he actually left the house for a brief point in time on the 13th, came back, picked up a brown paper bag, he left, and was never seen from again. The parents misrepresented this information to law enforcement.
Yes, and someone in chat had said they believe she's reading off something. I definitely feel the same way now that I'm listening to her, because I noticed she kept looking away from where her camera is on her. And that just could be because she's streaming from, that's where she's streaming from. And usually, you have chat on something else, but it just seems too rehearsed, especially knowing how Betty, you know, we saw her in those videos, those earlier videos that she made or posted. This just seems very rehearsed and monotone, like just very flat.
And so we've got a lot of problems here, you know, with him disappearing on the 13th and them not even filing a missing person report until the 17th, when my friend Jonathan Riches and my other friend Heather decided to go out there with their bullhorns and with about another 100 so protesters in the front yard of the Dirty Laundry house. So about the 17th is when everything started for our group. It first started with Jonathan Riches. I accompanied him on the 18th. And from the 18th on, we have been a party to this whole entire story. Since then, we, with our boots on the grounds, we were able to determine that, you know, there was places in Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park where Brian Laundrie could have actually survived. He could have been living off the land. He had power. He had fresh water. He had food sources. There was a time when we actually thought that, you know, there was a possibility of him.
I mean, maybe she does have. Oh, you know what? You know what, y'all? I'm so glad that Bash the Tragedy Pimp said she looks constipated. I just realized in all of the videos that she's actually done in her home, she has not had her coffee cup. She hasn't mentioned coffee. She hasn't drank coffee. She hasn't, there's no coffee. So maybe she is constipated because she wasn't drinking coffee like she is now. But I just realized that she doesn't have coffee. And she always has coffee.
I'm actually, you know, just being on the run. At some point, you know, our minds started changing, but I don't understand why law enforcement stopped their search at Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park and resumed over at the Carlton Reserve. They knew, which we're finding out, we just found out about 2 days ago, that they knew that Brian was armed and dangerous. He had already killed one person, but they failed to warn the public about that, which I have a big problem with. You know, they did, when we were out there, when they found his remains, we did know that they had located a gun near the vicinity of his remains. It was public knowledge to us, being boots on the ground. However, they never publicly acknowledged that in the media, and therefore it caused some confusion about this handgun. What's upsetting and what I
So Shutterbug, I actually, on the last video we watched, I thought she seemed high. Here, I mean, her demeanor is so different than it is now. I mean, I don't know.
I did not know is they knew a long time ago that Brian had this gun, that he left that home with this gun, that this gun, after the Dirty Laundries had turned over all their weapons, had acknowledged that one weapon was missing. With that being said, I blame law enforcement for not doing enough to warn the public about Brian being armed and dangerous. I personally was out there in this, what they call the swamp, which really isn't a swamp. It's more of a environmental or a preserve, you know, natural preserve.
And I feel like, and again, I review Betty so much that it kind of all meshes together. But I feel like not too long ago, she mentioned in one of her recent lives about going into this preserve and that they were doing like, she said something like not grid searches, but like they were doing something. And I don't remember. I wish I should write notes during the lives, like what she talks about, so it's easier to find. But I feel like she also mentioned this in a live not too long ago. So this is interesting.
With wildlife and paths and trails and places to camp and things of that nature. It wasn't what you saw on TV. And I have a bone to pick about that as well, the misrepresentation of many facts that were going on. with this particular case. A lot of misrepresentation came from at the hands of law enforcement. They made mistakes. They lied about it. They, downplayed certain facts that should have been presented in a way that protect the citizens of their city and county, as well as the people at large, and they failed to do so. But then when we find out that, they knew about this gun the entire time, and I'm out there in the wilderness unarmed when I have a concealed weapons permit license.
Here we go. So here we go. So she was in the wilderness, yet she was in a pretty clear forest or like woods searching for a little boy and was complaining the entire time about stickers. So I don't see you being out in the wilderness, Betty. Not when those conditions are probably a lot more buggy, and yeah, the elements are probably much worse than they were when you were looking for JJ. So I don't see you being out in those treacherous conditions.
A little concerning for me. I've been wanting to come after top brass at Northport City Police for some time. I think this kind of has pushed me to move forward in that strategy for the simple fact that they put my life in danger, in grave danger, and that does not bode well with me. They also put the community at large in danger. This gentleman was armed and dangerous and should have been treated as such, and the public should have known that an armed and dangerous man was on the run, and they failed to do so. So we're getting up to about 11 minutes, and as I said, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. So the next topic.
And just a quick fact. As we were listening to her, I went and looked back. This video, so this again was her first live video, that there could have been others that were before this that she deleted, but this is the first one that is on her page. It had 524 views and 55 likes. Just a little fun fact.
Topic we're going to go into, and this is a topic that Gabby and Brian were somewhat involved in themselves, and that's the Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner unsolved double homicide in Moab, Utah. Many of you guys know that Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner were murdered at some point. They thought maybe it could have possibly been Brian Laundrie that did it because of the close proximity Mr. Laundrie had when he was hitting and abusing Gabby Petito in front of the Moonflower Co-op. At any rate, during our investigation, we did find that, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner both witnessed him hitting and smacking Gabby Petito in her face in front of the Moonflower as Kylan was loading up into their vehicle after punching out of work. This case, we were down there for almost a week in Moab, or up there, I should say, in Moab for about a week. And we found out a lot of information, a lot of great information. A lot of information is still pouring into us. We're still having to vet a lot of people, a lot of circumstances, just a lot. We were able to work with Jason Jensen. He's the PI working for the Schultes. We've actually had a conversation with him that lasted about an hour. He's a really nice and really sharp guy. I'm very appreciative of his guidance, as well as his, him listening to what we had. I believe we were able to provide him several additional names that he did not originally have about the case. And, since then they've come out with a little more details, such as the potential gun that was used. They are also looking for somebody that had 3 weapons. There was a gentleman's name that I provided to him that does kind of match that description. We haven't had an opportunity to reach out to this gentleman yet, but we will be doing so in the near future. I can't give you too much information or updates on, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner's case so much right now, because we have a lot of interviews There's a lot of moving parts in this case, as well as, we don't want to tip anybody off that we are actively trying to reach out to and get information from. A lot of people are witnesses in this case, and we need to keep them secret because they're witnesses. So we need to obscure their voices. We need to blink out their faces, so we can get that information out. And unfortunately, that just takes time. There are no updates on this case. We found somebody that may have heard the gunshots at 1 a.m., but we're getting information that this possibly had happened the afternoon of the 14th. So we are, even the timelines all up for speculation and determination at this point. We have not been able to solidify a date and time when the girls were physically assaulted and shot. We are working on it. We're working very hard. Many of you guys know that although we are.
And so now I'm guessing the we she talks about is, the team that she had back at this point. And again, I did not follow the Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner case. However, before this live, I did read a few articles just to catch me up to speed. And so again, I don't know, what happened during the investigation. However, I know, a summary of what happened.
We are working to find the answers because they're both connected. Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner, they're a married couple in the LGBTQ community that was senselessly gunned down at their campsite in the mountains off LaSalle Loop in Moab, Utah. They are going to hopefully find somebody connected to this case very soon. That is my hope. I'm hoping it's, in part with the work that Jonathan, Olivia, and myself have been able to get to the right hands. We've been working very hard. We've been speaking with primarily Crystal Turner's side of the family. We have had an opportunity, like I said, to speak with Jason Jensen, the private investigator on this case. But at any rate, we are working through leads and trying to get a good timeline still hatched out. Olivia is working very hard.
Hatched out? So isn't it hashed? Like HASHET or HASHED? Hashed? Not hatched? Yes, okay. Yeah, she said hatched.
Hard on a documentary of what we found so far. We were putting it up on TikTok, but with the 3 minutes options that we have, it was just becoming into so many parts that people were only getting part of the story and not the whole story. And it was getting a little frustrating that people were having questions that they could have watched in part 1 or part 2. And so we ended up taking those videos down and deciding that it would be best for us to put a whole documentary together from start to finish of where this case has gone. And that should be forthcoming in the near future. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about Summer Wells. There is a reward for Summer Wells for any information in finding her or finding the people responsible for her disappearance and most likely her death is up to $70,000. We as a team were discussing possibly going to Tennessee to look at this case ourselves. But, with the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie case not quite wrapped up, and then us taking on Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner, which is still not wrapped up, and that is still unsolved, and there's still a murderer on the loose. We have opted not to get too heavily involved with Summer Wells once we realize that it could jeopardize.
Oh, really? So that's interesting to me that she thought she didn't think she was going to get involved in the Summer Wells case.
Our safety and well-being.
Oh, because it may jeopardize their safety or well-being. That's interesting.
A friend of ours, which helps raise funds for us to go to these things. He's very good at what he does, actually lives in Tennessee. And because he lives in Tennessee, he knows the good, bad, and the ugly of the mountains in Tennessee, the backwoods, so to speak, the backwood people, so to speak, which is where the Summer Wells case resides. And it is unsafe for us to physically be in that area doing the kind of work we do. We can do a lot of work behind the scenes for the case, but we are unable to get ourselves involved with physically going to the location, questioning witnesses and things of that nature because of the potential of having us, our lives put in danger over it. And we just can't have it. And we have no protection. Like up in Moab, I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get an opportunity for Justin Behag to actually be there with us, but things were pretty cool and we were able to continue to do our work. There was something that happened in his personal family that prevented him from meeting us at the last minute. So we respect that and understand that completely. But with Tennessee, we have no protection. We have no security. We have nobody that's going to sit there and protect us while we, walk the streets, door knock, while we, do the stuff that we have to do in order to make a conclusion on a case and provide information to law enforcement or otherwise. So therefore, we are just unable to get ourselves involved with Summer Wells. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. There was, obviously Dr. Phil has ran this case on his show, which is good. And there's also News Nation has put a timeline out for the 5-year-old girl. So if you guys are looking for some more information on that case, I behoove you to look for other avenues. It's not that we.
Wow. So she did use that word behoove a lot. Holy moly. Like that's a lot to use that word.
Do not love and care for Summer Wells or want to get to the bottom of it. It's just that, our team is so small and resources are so, just not there for us to take on another case at this time, let alone put ourselves in harm's way in the backwoods of Tennessee where people can disappear and never be found again.
So now you're making judgments about people who live in Tennessee. That's not very nice, Betty. I wish you would go to the hills of Kentucky and get lost. That would be fun.
Clearly noted with Summer Wells. So not to hurt anybody's feelings. It's just one of those things where we just can't physically do it at this time. We will be monitoring this case and updating people as the information becomes available to us. But for right now, we will be standing down collectively as a team on Summer Wells, and we'll be looking into other cases as soon as we wrap up Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie, Crystal Turner, and Kylan Schulte cases. So with that, this was my first live, guys, and I appreciate you guys.
Oh, so she did confirm it. So this was actually her first ever live. I thought maybe she may have deleted some, but yes, this was her first ever live on YouTube.
Guys coming on and watching me, and I hope you guys put down some comments. Let me just see if there are any questions in the chat real quick, which I do not see any. So with that being said, God bless each and every one of you, and go make it a great day.
Okay, so let me stop sharing for a minute. So I did find on TikTok, she did have on her YouTube, she did have a really small video about the water bottle. So I went over to TikTok where she had mentioned having all those parts. And so let me share, I'm going to share TikTok. I don't even know where it starts though. Like she has so many videos. Holy crap. This one, she had almost 1 million views on. All right, hold on, y'all. That is insane. And let me get rid of my comments. Let me go to TikTok. I'm going to get rid of this comment because we're on TikTok now. Okay, so this is, she has so many videos on TikTok, but this one where it says, actually, this one had almost 1 million views. So let's take a look at this one.
We are here now. We are going live. We are tired of this.
Gabby's life matters. Gabby's life matters.
You could have ended this a month ago. You could have ended this a month ago if you guys would have came out of that house and helped law enforcement.
So this is interesting because we know that the video that she did in November, which is the one we just watched, she was calm, she was collected, she wasn't yelling. And then this one is from October 21st, 2021, and she is a raging lunatic. A lunatic.
You could have ended this. You could have ended it. You put us all through this. You put officers in danger. You did all this. This is all concocted by Roberta Laundrie and Christopher Laundrie.
Disgusting.
You know what? You put the Petito and Schmidt family through hell.
Okay, I'm done watching that because that, I don't know, that's just disturbing to me. Yeah, but that had, and I just gave her one more view, but that almost had 1 million views. That's insane. So I'm thinking, so this is where, and please tell me, this says part 1. Oh, right. So this is probably, yep. So this is where it starts because Betty did mention.
Guys, so today obviously was.
She mentioned that Olivia had to put the water bottle video in parts because you could only have certain amount of time. Oh, she got ran off of TikTok. Interesting. And so I just saw this comment, so I'm going to read this really quick. It says, from Belmont, like the FBI doesn't know exactly what was in the van they have in evidence, including the, quote, water bottle. Better not have been planted. So Bullhorn replies, it is evidence inside a crime scene that the police left. It shows that police aren't doing proper protocol. So let's just see what happens here.
Scene. I have tons and tons of footage to post, but I have not had time. When I was out in the swamp, there was no service. When we left, I mean, so much happened. I haven't had time. So I'm going to tell you what happened and how and what led to finding Gabby Petito's water bottle, because a lot happened and I have not had time to post the footage. I'm on the road right now. When I get home, I will. So right now, I'm going to tell you what happened. So we would not have found Gabby Petito's water bottle if it wasn't for a tip that I got last night. I cannot say the name of this man because he wants to remain anonymous. He and his family, they don't want his name out there for privacy reasons. So I'm just going to call him Jay, just a random name, or Joe, like, yeah, Joe. Okay. So I got a phone call and this man says that he saw my TikTok video that I posted 2 days ago where I literally pinpointed exactly where we found the tent and the remains to the left. I'm sure you've seen that video. If you haven't, you can watch it. He said he lives a few blocks away from the Myakkahatchee Creek Trail, and he walked over there because he was intrigued, just like many other people, and he was there, and he found a noose hanging from a tree near where Brian's remains were. He also said there was a woman there also searching, and she said she found a black do-rag that had a green marijuana leaf, and it said, what did it say? It said, hold on, I have to find what it said. So I looked at the text message Joe sent me, but it said, this bud's for you. So it's a black do-rag, and the woman, she said it was Brian Laundrie's, and she had it, and she also told Joe that she found other things, but when Joe asked, like, oh, what else did you find? She was like, are you a policeman? And he was like, no, and she didn't want to say what she found. I actually have, hold on, let me show you something. I recorded our whole phone call
with Joe and I. It's very fascinating. I highly recommend listen to this. But he talks about a woman. He talks about a lot of things. Listen to this. So when Joe told me that, I immediately called Andra and Jonathan, and I was like, we have to meet this guy tomorrow morning and see if this is really true that there's a noose hanging from a tree. So today at 8 a.m., Jonathan, Andra, Joe, and my mom and I meet at 8 o'clock. We walk the 11 to 15 minutes to the tree with the noose. I'm running out of time. Okay, so I'm doing a part 2. Okay, so, and she does have part 2, part 3. So let's go. So here's where I think this might be where they find the do-rag. Let's see. Let's start with this one because they're kind of in the woods.
Here's part 4 on how I found Gabby Petito's water bottle in this field. If you have not seen part 1, part 2, and part 3, please watch that before watching this so you understand how and why.
Oh, and of course, I wanted to look at the comments. So Summer says, so you're proving Brian was there and is deceased. So why all the conspiracy theories? Yes. Good point.
I ended up in this field. So in my last video, I talked about how we all spread apart in this area because there were 3 spots with orange spray paint. And my mom decided to keep walking a little further. So I decided to follow her. Once you keep walking, basically the forest stops and there's this field. So I just kept pursuing my mom, and she was literally across this field. And I have video footage of me filming me walking towards the field. And another thing that all of us made sure to do, my mom, Andra, Jonathan, and Joe, is we were filming literally the entire time. So when we were walking and scouting the area, we had a phone in our hand filming. We made sure to do this. So I'm going to play a little bit of the video of me finding the bottle. Oh, and one more thing. So when I approached the end of the woods and faced this clearing, this field, my mom yelled something. She said that there was orange spray paint. So that's why I was really adamant on going through this field, because she was pointing out something.
So we're looking for other stuff in the area where Brian Laundrie's remains were. My mom just said that she found an orange spray, like orange spray paint. Mom, how did you get through here? There's rattlesnakes in here. There's a water bottle right here. Whoa, I just found something.
So here's a point of reference to show you. So here's the bottle. Where I'm pointing at that tree, under that tree is where I will show you in the next video, the spot where we all believe, and we really, really 100%, like no doubt, believe this is the spot where Brian Laundrie passed away on. That spot right there is about, I mean, I can guess that is at least maybe 200 feet away. That tree right there, where there's an officer standing talking to, I forget who that is, I can't tell from here, that is where we find bones, which I will also show you. But here's a reference point. I later found out that my mom actually went around the field, so she didn't trek through the field. So I found the bottle because I was trekking right through the field. So this,
yeah, that seems really, to me, it seems, as someone, as I think it was Manda said, convenient. And so you're just walking looking for spray paint and you find a bottle. I don't know. As Sinner says, very shisty. They are sus.
this person actually here was a reporter. We weren't the only ones out there, guys. Remember, the park is open to the public. Anybody and their mom and grandma can literally come here right now and look around. In fact, we saw some people, we saw several people out there. So in part 5, I'm going to talk about the remains under the tree and the bones over here.
Okay, so that's that. I'm going to skip the bones one. So this must be where they find the, oh no, wait, this must be the bones. Okay, so let's watch this one because it looks like that's where the black, like, do-rag or whatever it is.
Okay, here's part 6. And we found 2 men's ankle socks.
Oh, socks.
And this was probably a couple feet away from where his remains were found.
There's just a sock. So this is the second sock. We found 2 black ones.
Here's another picture of those socks. And then literally a few yards away from the socks, in the tree line, Joe came across this fabric.
And so my opinion is that if this is a park open to the public and anybody can go visit at any time, I'm guessing there's probably also wind in that area, considering it's desert. Couldn't things just blow into that area, or people leave things behind? I mean, I've gone to public parks before and there's all kinds of things left behind. So this just seems really contrived.
It looks like yarn. They were thinking maybe it was part of a hammock.
The same type of material that you would kind of see in, on the colors of fancy hammock type things.
Oh yeah, part of a hammock.
Maybe.
Oh, well, that was quick. Okay, and then let's just watch this one. Oh, and then we'll watch the one of Betty. And then I'm going to call it because it's...
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Like I said, we didn't know if it was something, but we better be safe than sorry.
Look at this Andra with her dumb phone.
What? No, we're not. Okay.
Thank you.
They're not taking the water bottle.
All right, well, that was that. And then let's oh, she's on a roll. Let's watch this one.
So Olivia found the water bottle out at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. We had notified the law enforcement. They came out there. They collected some bones. We asked them if they would collect the water bottle. They said they did not want to collect the water bottle and that we could throw it away. We had no internet service out there. We couldn't even find out if it truly, in fact, was related to the case at all. But when we did, we have reached out to the Petito family to see if they would like Gabby's water bottle returned to them.
All right. Okay, so she wasn't as hyper as I thought she would be. So for those of you, I mean, this is Betty's TikTok. And I mean, there are just a ton. I mean, she's got a ton of videos. So I would check them out because I only got to, I'm going to go to the top. I only got to, let's see, because I was looking for Idaho 4. Oh, wait, these look like they're, older. Where the heck is the one that I used? Oh, this one. So I only got to this point. Oh, so that shows you how much I actually watched. Oh, and these two are new. This Madalena Kojakari and the Sheath, she's posting stuff from YouTube. The Ugly Grouper, I think she's trying to get her TikTok going again. So yes, I only watched, well, actually these 4 weren't there, so I only watched, oh, she's deleted stuff, I think. This one, the Anna Maria Island, that's new. These 6 are new, and then this one I watched. Interesting. Ooh. So if you feel like it, oh, TikTok monetizes now. Interesting. All right. So, I mean, there's a ton of videos if you're interested. I'm glad that TikTok was brought up because I need to go back through some of her Idaho 4 videos because, and actually let me Oh, she started TikTok for Gabby Petito. That was her first video on TikTok. And it was posted on September 28th, 2021. So I'm guessing because Olivia had TikTok, Betty got TikTok, and that's her first video was Gabby Petito. And she currently has, so on TikTok, Betty has 73.4 thousand followers. So yeah. Oh, I agree. And I have TikTok, but I only downloaded it for the filters, but I like Snapchat better, even though it takes more time because you can only have up to 60 seconds each clip in order to edit. It takes longer, but it's just, I think, more user friendly. So, yeah. So with that, thank you all for being here. That was a fun time down Betty Boo memory lane. And yes, it's definitely a rabbit hole. Definitely YouTube is just like YouTube is. Oh, interesting, Amanda. Coincidentally, it was the same exact water bottle that was shown in Gabby's one YouTube video inside the van before anything happened. Right, and wasn't it from REI? So anyone, you could get it pretty... Oh, someone just said that. I just saw it in the comments. There was a pic of the van and... Oh, the chat moves so quick. There was a pic of the van and that water bottle I clearly seen when GP was alive. You can still buy the same bottle on REI. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, so with that, I will be live tomorrow at my normal time, 4:45. And depending on, what's going on tomorrow, I really need to run errands, even though I don't feel like it. But I've been very lazy since, last week was my first week not working, so I was really lazy. But definitely I will be live tomorrow at 4:45, and I think this is more fun, so I think I'm going to find some more videos for us to take a trip down memory lane with my bestie. And until then, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you again so much for being here. And until next time, I will see you all on the flip side.